I'm a tutor at Sky Academy, and we are in Statistical Analysis within the Year 11 Standard course, and we're looking at classifying and representing data, MS S1. So we're going to have a look at data collection. So data collection involves deciding what data you want to collect, what type of data you want to collect, and then the process of getting it. So what data you want to collect and then actually collecting the data. So there's two types of data collection. We're going to focus on one of them, but the two types of data collection are census collection and sample collection. So we're going to focus on the sample one and the types of samples. But before we do that, I just want to clarify what a census data collection is and what a sample data collection is. So a census data collection is a survey or data from an entire population. So this is an entire information from an entire population. So it might not be the entire population of the world or the entire population of Australia, but it could be a census or a collection of data from the entire population of your year at school. So it could be the census from year 7 at your school. Whereas a sample is only a part of the population. And so this could be, for example, 2 or 3 groups within the whole of year 7. So that's the difference between census and sample. Census is an entire population that you're focusing on, and sample is just part of that population that you're going to focus on. So we're going to focus on sample because there's 4 different ways of sampling data. So there's random sample, and it's where members of the population have an equal chance of being selected. So what this means is you might have 10 names in a hat, and you just pull one out at random, and all of those 10 names in a hat have an equal chance of being selected, and you just randomly pick one out. Stratified sample is where categories of a population are chosen, and so they could be randomly selected within each category. So you have a population of people in year 7, and you choose the category of people who like the colour red. So you have your entire population of year 7. Then you choose just a category out of year 7, which is the people who like the colour red. And maybe there's 5 people who like the colour red, and you choose one person at random. So it's categories of a population are chosen, and then members of that category are randomly selected. Next, we have systematic sampling, and this is where a population is divided into a structured sample size. So for example, you might be a production line in a factory. So pretend this is a production line, and you're producing boxes of cereal, and you choose to structure and stop every 4th box and test every 4th box to make sure that it is got the right cereal in it. And so that would be a systematic sampling. So you've got a system, every 4th box you stop and you take it out and you get info from that box. So that's systematic one. And finally, we have self-selected sampling, which is within the name, self-selected. It's where people volunteer themselves. So you might go up at assembly at your school and you might say, I am running a survey to get data, information from this school. And then you can say, whoever would like to participate, come and write your name down. And they volunteer themselves to participate in this survey. And that is self-selected sampling. So firstly, that's the difference between census and sample. And then within sample, we have these 4 types of data collection. So let's have a look at a question now. So this question was taken from the Cambridge Year 11 textbook. And it says a retirement village has 63 residents, of which 42 women and 21 are men. Decide whether each sample of resident would be random, stratified, systematic, or self-selected. Every 7th resident for question A. So if you're getting information, if you line up the 63 residents and you're getting information from every 7th person, you have a structure, you have a system. So it's going to be systematic. It's not random. You are deliberately choosing every 7th resident to collect information from. The next one is 6 of the women and 3 of the men. So this is going to be stratified. So if we remember from the previous slide, stratified is where you have a population and you get a category from within that population and you choose randoms from that category. So if we pretend we have 63 residents and we choose the category of men, we choose random 3 of them, and we have the category of women and we choose random 6 of them. So that's stratified. You choose people at random within a group of a population. And finally, we have C, 9 names picked from a hat containing the names of the residents. And so if you can imagine, we had all of the names inside a hat and we just picked some out at random, then it's going to be random sampling. There's no structure behind it. There's no thought process backing it up. You're just picking random names out of a hat. So that's some examples of labeling or classifying different sample types.